Jay Williams. Let's live life, man. I'm definitely living life, man. I love my life. Hope you do too, man. If not, fixing things. So today I need to do something, man. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. And with YouTube, it gives me a platform to do that I otherwise wouldn't have. I need to apologize to quite a few people. I just feel like there's things I need to get off my chest. There's people that need to know how I feel and that I am sincerely sorry. I've known I wanted to do this for a long time. I just never knew how. I remember, I don't know if y'all remember, there used to be this show called My Name is Earl. And the guy in the show, awesome show, man, very funny. Supposed to be comical, but there was a big message in it. This guy felt like bad things kept happening to him in life because of bad decisions he had made, and he wanted to make it, the things right. I didn't know at the time in watching it, but as I watched more and more of it, I seen the message and what Earl was doing. To me, karma is a very real thing. You can't see it just like you can't see oxygen. But the air is there. You have to believe, and I'm a strong believer in karma, very strong. You do dirt, you get mud. And that's the laws of the universe. That's how it goes. If you're doing good, good's gonna follow. That's the laws of the universe. You're still gonna have bad things happen here and there, but the more good you do, the less bad you're gonna deal with. That is just common sense. If you're ripping and running and you're committing crimes and you're doing this and you're doing that, then just expect that you're going to be dealing with bad things on a daily basis. So with the show, he had this list, man, and he had all these people on this list. Some of it was petty, some of it was serious, and he wanted to go back and he wanted to apologize. And my list would be so long if I went back trying to apologize that I don't even know, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But I do know that, I won't be able to address everybody, but there are some people that I need to apologize to. And number one is, there's a guy by the name of Latney. And Latney, I sincerely hope that you see this video, or somebody shows you this video, or that you hear about this video, because what I'm about to say is real. And the reason I went to prison was it was a robbery and it was a malicious wounding. I was a part of hurting somebody that was completely innocent. Someone that had never done anything wrong to me. He had never done anything wrong to anybody I knew. I didn't know at the time I didn't know the night that, the things transpired that sent me away, that I actually knew this guy and had known him since he was a little boy. I had known, his sister, family members, his dad. I used to fish with his dad from time to time. And I didn't know when I was out there and I was roaming the streets, being a complete piece of shit, moron, that this guy that I would shortly hurt was somebody I knew. You have a guy that is younger than me. He's walking down the street late night, minding his business. People say, wrong place, wrong time. That's not true. He was exactly where he should have been. He was just going home. He encountered two monsters because I was a monster. I'm ashamed of who I was and what I'm now telling you, and there is no glorifying it. Nothing about what happened that night made me a tough guy. It solidified the fact that at that moment I was a piece of shit. But we would end up robbing this innocent guy walking through this trailer park. And we would end up hurting him. I didn't physically harm him. I didn't physically do the damage that he sustained that night. It wasn't me, but it was me. Because I was right there and I played a part in it. This guy was young and he was scared as this was taking place, and he screamed for help. And when he did, he was attacked. And I held him as it happened. This boy was hurt very, very bad. He was put in the hospital. He was mangled and so broken up. And for the longest time, I felt like my sick way of thinking was that, oh, he shouldn't have told on me. He snitched on me. I was an idiot. He should have done all that and then some. Because we hurt this guy. What we did that night forever changed all of our lives. I'm sure that to this day, he may be walking down a dark street and get paranoid or scared because of something that I did. If you're seeing this, Ladney, I am sorry. I'm not that guy anymore. I would never expect you to talk to me. I would never expect you to shake my hand. I don't expect you to accept my apology. But I want you to know that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what we did to you. You didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. I was young. I was stupid. I can make all these excuses on why I did what I did. At the end of the day, it shouldn't have happened. It's my fault. I hold myself accountable. The judge, the prosecutor, they held me accountable. To Judge Gill, thank you. The time you gave me made me the man I am. The prosecutor, Melissa Hoyt, thank you. You proving what I did as I stood there and I tried to lie through my teeth. And I tried to convince everybody else that it wasn't what they were saying happened or it wasn't me. You proved that it was, and you were right, it was. And because of, what happened in that courtroom today, I'm here today. I'm alive. I've been reborn. I am who I am now, and I'm a good person. But I wasn't. And cold-heartedly, Ladney, I apologize to your family members, the people that were affected by this when it happened. I'm sorry. What I remember of you was you were just this joyful young dude, man. I used to see you in Lafayette Apartments and you jump off the benches and do splits and stuff. But you fast forward 10 years, you're no longer a child, And that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter what you were. I didn't recognize you. Even if I did recognize you, it didn't give me the right to do what I did. And I paid my debt, to society, or at least what they say my debt should be. And I've always wanted to tell you I was sorry, and I know for a fact that if I was you, I wouldn't want to ever be around me again. I would never want to see my face again. I would have never wanted me to be released. But I want you to know that I am sorry. From the bottom of my heart, I am sorry in any way I affected you, impacted your life, for things that you may feel towards me or fears you may have to this day because of me and the guy I was with that night. I'm sorry. Lord willing, somebody will, allow you to see this or hear this, and you'll know that, what I'm saying is true. After what transpired that night, I realized immediately once I sobered up and the Xanax wore off and the liquor wore off that I had done something really bad. You're cared about. A lot of people love you, dude. I hope you know that. Because there was a lot of people looking for us. And I mean a lot. Like, there was a lot of dudes that were ready to ride for me, man. And that was powerful. That shows that you are somebody that's a good person, because there were people that were ready to exchange gunfire with us boys. There was people calling my phone, cocking guns. There was people that were attacking people that were close to me or that they thought were close to me, just to retaliate and try to get some type of get back on what we did towards you. They cared about you. And I pray that your life has gone on to be great, that you're going to be successful, You know, I don't know what you look like today. I don't know if you have a family or you have children, but I would imagine you do. Because you're a good person. If you're a dad, I could imagine you're probably a really good dad. You know, what I did, you know, and I say I, because I'm not going to blame my co-defendant. I'm not going to blame the guy that was with me that night for what happened to you. What I did ultimately changed all of our lives forever. You know, my family lost me, my son lost me, I lost my freedom. It was just a snowball effect of all these, you know, bad things combined into one. And I deserved every single day that I did. Every last moment of it, I deserved it. For every bad thing that happened to me, I deserved it. Because you didn't deserve what happened. You know, another person that, now that I've got out of the way, I want to go ahead and touch base with is, you know, my mother. You know, I'm sorry for the heartache that I caused you, for the pain that I put you through after all the stuff that you went through with my father. You know, when he died, and I'm not going to speak ill of him because he's dead and you don't do that. But when he died, the war that you had been living was supposed to be over, but it just continued. Because there I was, bad as can be, adding nothing but stress to your life, causing you to cry. I remember when you told me, you said the night that you got the phone call that I was locked up was the best you had slept in a long time. Because you didn't have to worry about getting that phone call that you were going to hear I was dead, or that I had killed somebody, or that found my body in the woods or in a ditch or in a trunk somewhere. I put you through a lot. You know, they say when you're a child, you think as a child, and as a man, you think as a man. I don't know what I was. You know, age doesn't make you a man. It's what you go through in life that determines, you know, whether you're a man or a boy. That's what separates the men and the boys. I definitely wasn't a man. I was the size of a man. I carried myself like tough, like I wanted to be a man, but I wasn't a man. I was a young punk. You lost so much. All the years of visiting, all the holidays where everybody cried. That was my fault. It's just, sometimes I don't even know what to say, man. I hurt so many people. My mother was, you know, I did that video on Friends. My mother was my friend. She was there. I could call, and, you know, towards the end it got a little different. I think that's because, you know, she was just fed up with the prison stuff. But she made sure I ate. She made sure a card would hit me, you know, around the holidays to let me know that I was thought about. Years would go by and she would be the only person that was coming to see me. And I thank you for that. But at the same time, I apologize for everything that I put you through, every tear you ever shed, every time you looked down and visualized me as that little blonde-haired boy that used to play out front. But now you're looking out front and I'm standing there with a pistol and a beer in my hand. I apologize. Prison saved me, and I'm going to do a video that touches on that. I mean, that's something I really need to talk about. As much as I don't like even talking about prison, it saved me. It gave me a chance to realize I had done so many people wrong. You know, I wasn't the greatest person, but people cared about me. They loved me, and I took their love and their trust for granted. All my mother ever wanted, like any mother, was to see me do good, was to see me listen. Her and her husband Billy used to talk to me and it would go in one ear and out the other. You know, I remember coming home and she telling me, I moved out at a young age just because, you know, I wouldn't live by the rules. I was crazy. And I remember she let me stay with her one time and I came home and, you know, there was my machine gun laying on the bedroom bed. She's like, get out of my house. You know, she did that to protect the other kids My siblings, the ones that were very impressionable, that she didn't want to follow in my shoes. And I'm sorry that I subjected them to that. I'm sorry that I subjected you to that. My son, Isaiah Roy Williams, because of what I did, you didn't have a father for 10 years. You grew up raised by, people that weren't me. Things that were supposed to be instilled in you, I'm teaching you now. There were some amazing people around you that taught you things, but the things that dad should teach his son, I wasn't there for. I let my choices, my selfishness, my stupidity steal me away from you. I was still in jail, man, and you were on the other side of the glass, and I was sitting there in a jumpsuit. And I don't know of many things that have bothered me or hurt me as much as what I'm about to say, but I'm going to tell it. You were on the other side, and you were on the little phone, and I was on the opposite side of the glass holding the phone, and we were talking, and I could see you were bothered. And I said, what's wrong? And you said, I just miss you. I said, well, man, you can't be up here crying, man. This ain't what that's about. We got to enjoy the little bit of time we got before, you gotta go and I gotta go back. And I said, I love you. You know that, right? And you were like, yeah. I said, you know that for a fact, right? Your dad loves you. You said, yeah. I said, I'd do anything for you. You said anything? I said, boy, you ask it and it's done. Anything you want, anything in this world, you tell me and I'll do it. He said, come give me a hug. Wow. There's half-inch bulletproof glass separating us. And all he wanted was a hug. And I couldn't give it to him. I couldn't go over there. I couldn't hug him. And I remember, I just put my head down and I just cried. And I cried and I cried and I cried because I knew I had fucked up bad. This little boy wasn't going to hug me, in the way he wanted to out here in the world for a very long time. And then we got to a point where now I'm in prison. We're able to, sit down together, hug each other during the visits. And I still had a long time to go, man. I still had a lot of years left to serve. And he came up with this idea. I think he might have been in second or third grade. And they were making, it was Christmas time, they were making the strings with the popcorn on it. You know what I mean? I think you string the popcorn up. And they were doing that for the 25 days of Christmas to count down the days. So my son said, Dad, I got an idea. I said, what's up, little man? He said, I'm going to make a popcorn string. And I'm going to put all the popcorn on there. And I'm going to take one down every day until you come home. And he didn't understand the gravity of the situation and how many days I had, because it was 3,650 days to start off. That was before I got into my situations, more time added on. And I told him, don't do that. Please don't do that. And he was like, why not? I want to watch it and see the popcorn come down and I'll eat it. And I'm like, first of all, popcorn is going to be stale. And I was like, buddy, just don't put that up. That's a lot of popcorn. He was like, well, how big do you think the string will be? And, and that would have been enough popcorn to wrap that whole room 5 times. Probably costing $100 in popcorn. I said, nah, don't do that. Don't do that. He had to deal with bullies and life's lessons on his own. And I'm sorry for that, but I'm here now. I hugged you when I got home and I told you I'll never leave you again, and I never will. The day I do, you'll be putting me in the ground. But until then, I'm here, and I'm sorry that I left you to fend for yourself. To anybody I hurt in the course of my lifetime, through my madness and my stupidity, if you were affected by that in any way, I am sorry. I'm not going to say it was never my intent, because chances are, for a lot of you people, it was my intent. That's not who I am no more. I don't expect forgiveness. I just want anyone that was affected by me in a bad manner to know that I am sincerely sorry. That's not who I am. It's not who I'll ever be again. It's not even who I was. I just wanted to be viewed as a certain person. I put on this mask and I didn't know how to take it off. I had become this bad person. You know, I have so much love for so many people, and just people I don't even know, man, and things, you know. I'm a big pussy when it comes to certain movies, you know what I mean? Like, I break down, and that's because I'm human. For anyone out there that was ever affected by something that I did, anyone, guy, girl, young, old, and you hold some type of grudge towards me, you feel some type of way, I understand that and I respect that. But I just want y'all to know I'm sorry. Not a lot more to say, man. I appreciate comments. The comments are what let me know, you know, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I like to hear people's point of views. You know, I'm not always right. These are my opinions. These are my point of views. I'm going to be wrong. And I have no problem admitting that. I am not always right. I'm far from perfect. If I was perfect, I wouldn't be making this video right now. What I'd like y'all to do is like, subscribe, and please leave a comment. The more people that like and subscribe, I'm not looking to be no YouTube star to make all this money. But the more of you that like, subscribe, and spread the word, the more people are going to see these videos, the more people I'll reach. If I do a video a day and I can save one person a day, then I feel that I'm giving back. I feel that it wasn't all for nothing. Each one teach one, each one reach one. Please like, subscribe, share, drop a comment, learn from my mistakes. Don't go through what I went through to get to where I'm at. Be who you want to be today without doing any of that. Once again, if I hurt you in any manner, I'm sorry. Mr. Latney, I am sorry. Y'all live the best life y'all can. Enjoy y'all's day. Jay Williams, this was sincere. Let's live life.